Folks! Dear Rudy, I've been a follower and a patron since the early days of the mail time videos of $178 sealed Chronicle boxes and $193 candelabras. Boy, that's 2016, ladies and gentlemen. You're the one that got me into magic investing and to critically look at collectible financials. For almost 15 years, I've had a high-end job with a perishable retailer in the Northeast, but my myriad of health issues and surgeries have forced me out. Had to sell my home and ran through almost my entire separate emergency. Good Lord. I hate to sell my time walk. I'm hoping what I've learned will allow me to try radical treatments in an effort to finally return to work and get a normal life. Well, Mike, Godspeed. I wish you the best. Medical stuff is just awful for anybody, any family. Medical stuff is such a stressful, slow process. It's appointments, then you have to wait for the next appointment, then a referral for another appointment, and then everybody discusses it, and it's such a slow, it's like a mental game. You're trying to stay calm, you want to get better, and it's a very difficult thing. That's a very common thing. It's just terrible for anybody to go through. It really is, man. Probably a good time to remind everyone how special white-bordered Power 9 is, especially with everything that's happened with Magic 30. Well, folks, we got some interesting things to unpack there. Then we're going to get into Rudy's buying more of these. That came in the deal there. And then we got to go over to the third transaction over here with one of Rudy's all-time favorite cards, the Beta Time Vaults. So, before we go any further, remember, folks, if you do not contact me through AlphainvestmentsLLC at gmail.com or through a direct patron message, any other attempts in comment sections below, other social media, Facebooks, Discords, Silk Roads, Backpage, Grinders, OnlyFans, Rudy Feet fans, it's all scams. I do not use any other social media. If you're looking to sell any form of collections or collectibles, please send me an email and send your PP over. That's pictures and prices, no giggities. We are professionals here. And thanks for watching. As always, everything in these videos is not for sale. This is mostly just to discuss, and I know a lot of my fans love to walk and kind of journey through the valley of the shadow of cardboard together. So, Mike, I hope the money helps you out, man. Today, from Mr. Mike, oh yeah, a single white border, unlimited Power 9. The old Beckett there. We got a 9 with 185, a couple 9.5s and a 9. So it's got 2 quad. I don't really care. It's pretty much a near mint. I would call this a pack fresh card. Usually pack fresh cards usually grade between 8.5, 9, 9.5 range. And they tend to average, well, around an overall 9. Even in PSA, there's not much difference here. Because again, people always think, well, Rudy, it's packed fresh. It's got to be gem mint. well, princess, let me tell you something. That is really historically not the case. So that was a nice transaction there. And I want to comment a little bit on what Mike said about Unlimited Power 9. I'm going to be very biased, and you all already know that Unlimited Power 9 is by far my favorite Power 9. We've been through this in the last 6-7 years on YouTube. I've said it's the only printing of these particular cards with the white border, with the dark, rich colors of the artwork, the original artist, good old Miss Amy over here. And again, yes, the print run is higher than Alpha Beta. Yes, I understand that. But at the same time, it's the only one that has that eye appeal. And I understand black borders give a very rich eye appeal, especially to the artifacts and brown colors, the golds, the different reds. It pops more, I get that. But I still remain very bullish that these type of cards are undervalued. Like even right now, eBay sold listings, which not very many of them, even TCG players sold listings. These played cards in rough shape will sell for around $2,000. Okay? Usually graded cards near mint to mint, maybe 3, 4, 5,000 range, depending on, you know, Magic 30 and everything going on. But overall, these tend to sell for around $4,000. That's like I would value this card probably around like 4,000, maybe 4,500 range. And there's not really much sold right now. The market's still kind of shaking up on the Power 9. It's come down. Now again, this was 2 years ago. Yeah, instead of me paying Mike over here a couple grand for this, no, it would be way more if this was the peak of the market. But ebbs and flows, ladies and gentlemen. I still think, even though the reserve list and everything going on, Mark Bottomwater, you know, the whole, can you feel the spirit of this and that? No matter what Wizards and the Hasbro destruction, everything going on, I still feel original printings of these special things, just like Pokemon. They can print a million Charizards, Charlizards, and Pikachus in your X, but there's still something special about originals. That's why they command the premiums, even if they reprint them to oblivion. So I still remain very bullish, and I'm still trying to buy unlimited power whenever I can. It's been a lot more difficult in the recent years compared to, obviously, years ago. Now, we're going to take a break there, jump over to Flesh and Blood here. These are rainbow foil, Flesh and Blood, near mint, good old hearts. So there's been a lot of chatter with the Flesh and Blood, collectors, investor money moving back into it, mostly targeting the first 3 sets, trying to avoid Monarch Tales and Everfest because of the anger and print run thing, and then a lot of money really paying attention to the next block, obviously being Uprising Dynasty and getting ready to move into the Outsiders. Now, the first 3, we are seeing some very interesting movements. The Alpha WTR and the Unlimited WTR there's been a lot of activity. People have been asking me if I'm going to run any specials again on Alpha boxes, well, that's long gone. I ran that special, 3-4 years ago? Yeah, you missed out. You could have bought a house, ladies and gentlemen. Even the Unlimited WTR, I had that for the patrons. I sold Unlimited WTR, oh my God, probably for a year straight. 10, 15 months. And towards the end, it was just slowly dying down. The markets were bad from 2022. And simply put, like the last maybe 10, 20 cases I kept. And then eventually I took that last little bit and I took those cases of WTR, ARC, and Crew, and I put them as redemptions in the 6.9 kit. So obviously now if you're getting a redemption and you hit an Arcane Unlimited case, well, congratulations. That's probably almost the entire price of the 6.9 kit. So about half of those have been redeemed. There's still about half out there in the wild. But no, the reason I'm telling you all this context is because, no, I can tell you the prices are going up, this and that, but unfortunately there are 0 plans for me to run a sale on WTR Alpha for the couple cases I have, Unlimited, which I offered for over a year, and even Arcane, even on Crucible Unlimited. There are absolutely 0 plans to run a special or for me to sell any. I just don't have it. I have a position for myself for obviously the first edition cases that I kept over the years. And of course, my smart ass self was buying from the public at the peak because I'm super smart and I know what I'm doing. But overall, no. I can pump all this and I can tell you about the prices increasing, but I do not have any sealed product of that for sale. You're going to have to go on the open market or I guess go after other patrons if they still have it sealed. Now, I think there's a lot of speculation regarding the rainbow foils, even the alpha. It's very interesting how the market is turning now in being favorable to the unlimited printings. Because for the longest time, nobody wanted unlimited. It was ridiculous. And now suddenly, in the last 3 months particular, the sales volume and the price, these bottomed at $100 a card. Okay? I just paid $300 a heart for these. Well, technically I paid $1,000 for 3, and they threw in one little other common cold foil, the red dress card that I love that's worth like $20. But essentially, around $300 a card, okay? Now, I did that deal where I bought a ton of hearts, a couple months ago, and that was like $100 to $150 a card. But again, that's how quick the market changed. And now, the reason I'm bringing this in today's video is because before filming this today, this is mid-February 2023, by the way, depending when you're watching this, as of the filming of this video this morning, these just hit $600 a card. So in the last 30 days, not 30, I'd say 90 days, these bottomed at $100. And in 90 days, they went from $100 to $600. That is incredibly unusual, improbable, and very unlikely. So understand, just because we're seeing that, please use extreme caution. It doesn't mean everything's going to 5x your money. Don't let it blur your vision. But it also means, you can't tell me that heart went up 500% because it's the top playable tier 1 card, or there's going to be some secret synergy that leaked out of Outsiders. I'm not buying into that. I think it's genuinely just, Magic 30 Hasbro pushed some people out. They tried Flesh and Blood. More players are trying in the US. International demand for Fab is out of control. And, well, they're getting ready to release, their 9th expansion, Outsiders. And there's just a lot of excitement. There's a lot of positivity to it. Sure, we had a lot of bumps in the road and the big boom and bust of the Monarch block, but I mean, the game's overcome it, it's moving forward, and it's doing really well. People are really happy, and you got to give credit when things turn like that. We talked about the Monarch and the overprinting and then the bad people, the snowballs, and some of these other people that were involved in distribution, and some other YouTuber sellers or something who didn't actually sell the product, and they kept it all and said it was sold out, and then there was all this manipulation. It was just an awful thing and did severe damage. And I can spin it. Let me spin this context to you all. I'm going to spin it this way. It's kind of incredible that even considering what happened with that era, that it's still pushing forward and it's growing and Flesh and Blood still is doing that good. I mean, that's incredible. Even through something like that, which was not a good thing, and it's still doing well, man. And that's what the market is still excited. And when I'm seeing sold listings and upticks and sealed product, single cards, all across the first block, and the sales of Uprising and Dynasty continue to be outrageously strong, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And by the way, these are unlimited rainbow foils. These are not first edition cold foils. I don't know what those are currently valued. I know at the peak they were like $50,000, or it was like crazy numbers. I don't know what cold foil hearts are right now. It's very difficult to get actual sold prices of that. I think I have a place set is considered 3 in Flesh and Blood. So I think I have one place set of cold foil heart. I don't have a ton. Most of the ones I have are rainbow foils from just collection buying from the last few years. So I really wanted to address it with Flesh and Blood. It's really fascinating stuff. And, well, I'm proud to be a part of it, and I think it's really cool to see what's happening. That's my whole story. Now we're going to jump over to time vaults. So we got literally 3 time vaults here. Okay, so this goes into the beta conversation. We haven't had some reserve list beta conversations in a while, but I'm going to do it right here, okay? So if you're on a podcast, you're not looking, I'm not going to show anything on the screen, so you can just listen. So I acquired these 3 beta time vaults in the last 60 days, okay? And actually, those were acquired December, January. So if you're watching this February, 60 days, okay. If you have any beta time vaults, please contact me, AlphainvestmentsLLC@gmail.com. Like, on these particular time vaults, like, these 3 cards, I paid $10,000, okay? So if you have beta time, now again, these are very clean and nice, so maybe yours would, instead of being $3,000 a card, yours may be $2,500, yours may be $3,500, depends on the grade, or if it's raw, whatever, how many you have and all that. But you get the idea. Please, if you have them, I love Time Vault. It's over there with Old Man of the Rudy C. It's over there with the Bizarre Bag. There's just certain cards that are just very personal to me. Also known as the Power 10 card. Beta continues to be, I don't want to say like the stepchild rejected set, but let me just be blunt about it. Right now, everyone's obsessed with Alpha. Like even Alpha cards that are down what? 10, 20% maybe from the all-time high? Which isn't very much considering that they went up like 10x in a couple of years. Sure, they're down off their highs. But beta cards and unlimited cards are more exciting to me. Because the Alpha, everybody wants Alpha because it's the first. Most expensive, it's the first, you've got to have the best. Super rich billionaire trillionaires, they fly over and land on their crazy $1 billion yacht, they shoot themselves in penis rockets, and they all want Alpha. And like beta's become this thing that's just kind of sitting there, and I'm like, we're in an era where like new secret lair bundles cost like $500, $600, $700. We're in an era where Wizards sold Magic 30, 4 little packs of proxies for $1,100. And I'm sitting here going, you can get raw time walks on eBay for a couple thousand. You can buy raw beta cards for less than that. And, it's just, the attitude of everything is so interesting. It is shifted so dramatically. And again, I haven't been covering as much as I did because I've been following the news and the new sets, the Magic 30, what we've been doing, Hot Pockets and Rudy Ball Sacks. And I know, there's just a lot of things going on. I know. But, I'm trying to go back to some of these because people keep asking me for these. The 2 things people keep asking me are collection videos and whiteboard videos. And I've been doing a terrible job to patrons and everybody on filming and producing whiteboard videos and collection and discussion and analyzing videos like this. So I'm trying to bring them back, folks. Thank you for sticking with me, but I apologize. We're trying to get back. But that whole, the Q4 with Magic 30, everything that happened just derailed my whole system. But we're getting back. We're moving forward. We're doing it live. So it's fascinating. I'm going to cut the video off here in a minute. We don't ramble all day, but it's fascinating to me that now that everybody knows the quick tendies are gone, how people are viewing the value of the cards and how people are viewing like the future value of the cards. Like, it's fascinating to me that we went from this era where everybody knew buyouts and everything was just going up really quick. So you could buy whatever, blind squirrel finds a nut, right? You just throw your nut in the air and something will land, because that was the bull market. That was interest rates of 0. That was free tendies, government just handing out free. That was just a stupid time. It is what it is. A lot of the money sloshing around was not, people didn't earn it. People didn't work for it. When you don't work for something, you don't treat it the same way. It's easier to hand off, spend, or give away, or lose in a casino money that you didn't work for, because you have no skin in the game. You have no emotion. There's no blood, sweat, and tears to acquire that cash. And remember, cash is nothing but a utility. Cash isn't some special thing. Cash isn't the thing that makes you happy. It's a utility that, when placed in the hands of someone who's not stupid, can lead you on paths and allow you to make different choices that can lead to a happy life or a better life or a more stable life. But cash itself is just a utility. That's why a billionaire can still be a moron who's miserable. A person who makes minimum wage at Taco Bell can be smiling and happy, riding his ball sacks and, eating Hot Pockets every night and being happy. Cash is a utility. It's all about the people who handle it and the management and kind of handling the money. So, conclusion of the whole thing, it's just been eye-opening to see that once the buyout stopped 20 months ago and the free money went away, how so many people bailed. And like I've been saying, look at this YouTube channel. Look, you're going to notice now that we're moving forward from the drama of Magic 30 and Hasbro, you will see the views will be down 20, 30, 40%, because we're not really bashed. There's no drama and negativity. And it's sad, but that is the culture that we live in. Look at any mainstream media, the views, the click, the drama is how they make their money. So that's all I have to say today, ladies and gentlemen. The biggest thing is, Mike, I wish you the best on the medical. I hope everything works out for you, man, and never give up until the end, man, because like I said, life can push you in weird ways and can do stupid, terrible things to you, but you don't really fully understand reason and purpose till later on. You got to stay the course, man. Hang in there. It'll get better, and use the money wisely, and just try not to, because I know the stress and anxiety alone can drive you crazy, man. And then all my flesh and blood fans and patrons out there, friendly reminder, we are 30 days away from Outsiders, and yes, folks, we are launching the world premiere exclusive of the legendary cold foil first piece of Gem Keeper cold foil equipment, and all patrons will have the chance to purchase it, and the Gem Keeper patrons will even get a $100 discount as a thank you as we continue on the Gem Keeper discount system moving forward. And there is no plans to end that, but again, we moved it over to a special thing instead of doing on each little booster box, because that was just a disaster when they changed that first edition thing. So that is very exciting, and I know everybody's excited about it, so that should be a really fun time. Last but not least, on the beta world and ABU, Arabian, Four Horsemen, again, the only people left in the game right now are people who love the cards. Flat out. To be very blunt with everything, folks, the only people buying this stuff, the only people trading, buying collections, selling, are the people right now who believe and love and been there all along. All the Timmies and the short-term people who are just flipping things and credit cards and they're gone. So, we got to call them normal market again. We haven't had that since 2018, 2019, and it's now 2023. I'm older. I have less hair. I eat more tacos. And thanks for watching, folks. Have a beautiful day.